hellish plan that will send shivers down the spine of any narcissist. This is not just another video. This is a weapon. A psychological game changer that will turn the tables on the manipulator who thought they had power over you. Yes, my friend, today I'm handing you the blueprint to make a narcissist panic. They will fear you. They will dread your presence. And if you follow these steps precisely, you will become their eternal nightmare, the one thing they cannot control, cannot manipulate, and cannot destroy. I'm about to reveal 10 brutal mind games, 10 psychological tactics that will leave the narcissist speechless, powerless, and afraid to even look you in the eye. But before we dive into this exclusive high-impact strategy, make sure to like this video so that more victims of narcissistic abuse can find this powerful information. Also, subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any life-changing content. Now, let's begin. Before we dive into the 10 brutal mind games, you need to understand who you're dealing with. Not all narcissists operate the same way, and that's why a generic approach won't work. There are two main types of malignant narcissists: the overt narcissist and the covert narcissist. The overt narcissist thrives on dominance, arrogance, and attention. Their biggest fear: exposure. They dread being seen for what they really are: frauds, manipulators, and insecure wrecks hiding behind a mask of superiority. The covert narcissist, on the other hand, is more dangerous in silence. They play the victim, pretend to be kind, and manipulate through guilt. Their biggest fear: abandonment. They cannot stand being alone because deep inside, they are empty. Now that you understand their core weaknesses, it's time to strike where it hurts. The 10 pillars I'm about to reveal will send both types into a spiral of fear, panic, and helplessness. Let's begin. The first pillar to making a narcissist tremble in fear is self-control. This one is critical, more than any other tactic you'll learn today. The narcissist's favorite game is to provoke you. Have you ever noticed how they always seem to stir the pot, baiting you into pointless arguments or emotional outbursts? It's all about getting that narcissistic supply, that emotional reaction that feeds their insatiable need for validation and control. But here's the twist. The more they try to provoke you, the more power they lose. The narcissist thrives on chaos and drama, but you have to remain neutral, cold, even. When they come at you with their manipulative games, don't stoop to their level. You must rise above it. The true power is in remaining unbothered. Keep your emotions in check, whether it's through a calm, calculated response or by simply refusing to engage. If they try to provoke you, stay indifferent. Let them see that you no longer care. When you stop reacting to their chaos, you take away their power to control you. And trust me, this will have them second-guessing their every move. The second pillar is public criticism, and let me tell you, this one strikes terror into the heart of any narcissist. You see, the narcissist thrives on their carefully constructed mask, the false image they project to the world. They need others to see them as perfect, charming, and in control. The moment that mask starts to crack, they lose everything. So, to make a narcissist truly panic, you must expose them, not just in private, but in front of others. You need to show the world who they really are. This doesn't mean you should shout from the rooftops or engage in a public meltdown. No, your goal is to subtly but clearly unveil the dark side of the narcissist. In personal relationships, this might mean speaking up about their manipulations in front of family, friends, or acquaintances. Call out their behavior, even if they try to play the victim. Let others see what they've been hiding. If you stay silent, the narcissist will continue to manipulate and humiliate you in secret. But when others know the truth, it shatters their ability to maintain control. In professional environments, don't be afraid to stand up for your work. If the narcissist is taking credit for your efforts, expose it. Let your colleagues see that they are nothing more than an opportunist, feeding off others' labor. The narcissist cannot stand being exposed. When you bring their true self to light, you take away their power and make them tremble. The third pillar is one that will truly make the narcissist panic, confronting them with the facts. Narcissists are notorious for distorting the truth. One minute they say something, and the next, they deny ever saying it. They warp reality to such an extent that it feels like you're living in an alternate world, where nothing makes sense, and everything is manipulated to fit their narrative. But here's the power you have. Evidence. Narcissists thrive in confusion and chaos, but you have the upper hand if you document everything. Keep a record of conversations, messages, and anything that can serve as tangible proof of their deceit. Written messages, digital exchanges, photographs. These are all powerful tools that can't be denied. When you confront the narcissist with undeniable facts, you'll watch them crumble. They can no longer twist the truth, and they're suddenly faced with the reality that you know exactly what they've been doing. Their entire world of manipulation comes crashing down because they can't argue with cold, hard facts. But remember, this is more than just about being right. It's about shattering their illusion. The narcissist lives in a world where their lies go unchecked, and when you expose them, it terrifies them. This is the moment they realize you've figured out the game. So gather your evidence, stand your ground, and confront them with truth. The fear they'll feel will be unlike anything they've ever experienced. The fourth pillar is about seeking help and building a support network. Narcissists work hard to isolate you, slowly pushing you away from family, friends, and anyone who can offer you support. They'll use manipulative tactics, claiming that these people don't want what's best for you, or even making you feel guilty for having close relationships. This isolation is their primary tool for control, because once they have you alone, you become their target, vulnerable to their manipulation and abuse. But here's where you flip the script. Surround yourself with people who care: family, friends, colleagues, anyone who can provide you with support and perspective. When the narcissist sees that you have a strong network, they'll panic. They thrive on making you feel alone. But when you have a team to back you up, you become a force they can't control. The narcissist is nothing but a coward. They only gain power when they isolate you. But when you have people standing with you, they know they can't manipulate you as easily, and that fear will make them tremble. You'll become their worst nightmare, a person with a solid support system that makes their lies and manipulation futile. The fifth pillar in our plan is to exploit the narcissist's weaknesses, and believe me, they have many. However, their most dangerous weakness is their inflated yet fragile ego. Narcissists, whether male or female, crave admiration, attention, and validation. They want to project an image of brilliance, invincibility, and superiority. But in reality, they are deeply insecure and terrified of being exposed. Here's where you strike: belittle their achievements or simply ignore them. When you fail to acknowledge their self-proclaimed brilliance, you attack the very core of their identity. This will send them into a fury, perhaps even punishing you with silence or withdrawal. But don't engage. That silence is not your punishment. It's their desperate attempt to regain control. The truth is, the narcissist needs you more than you need them. They feed off your attention, admiration, and emotional responses. If you deny them this narcissistic supply, they are forced to confront the fact that they are not invincible. They are fragile, insecure individuals who rely on others to prop up their illusion of greatness. By refusing to praise them, or by downplaying their inflated sense of self, you shift the power dynamic. You've become a rebellious force in their life, a threat. And in this moment, they will fear you because you've exposed their greatest vulnerability: their need for constant validation. The sixth pillar is simple but powerful: refuse their orders. The word no is one of the most destructive words for a narcissist. They cannot stand being rejected, especially when it comes to their demands. To them, you are an extension of themselves, someone who is meant to serve and obey without question. They expect you to comply with their every whim, and when you don't, it shatters their sense of control. So, if you truly want to become a nightmare for the narcissist, you must learn the power of refusal. Stand your ground and say no when they demand something from you. Even better, establish boundaries and stick to them. Narcissists will test you, pushing and prodding to see if you'll cave. But when you refuse to give in, they'll be terrified. Why? Because for the first time, they can't control you. You see, the narcissist's worst fear is that their power over you will slip away. Saying no gives you the power to control your own life, and this will send the narcissist into a panic. The seventh pillar is about holding the narcissist responsible for their actions. Narcissists are experts at dodging responsibility. When something goes right, whether at work or in life, they'll be the first to take credit. But when things go wrong, they always shift the blame onto someone else, often onto you. You've probably experienced this, right? No matter how hard you try, somehow, you're always the one at fault. But that stops now. From this moment forward, confront the narcissist with their mistakes, shortcomings, and refuse to let them shift the blame onto you. Point out their actions, make them face the consequences, and demand accountability. When you stand firm, the narcissist will be terrified. They can't handle being exposed, especially when they are forced to confront their own flaws. They will get angry, try to shift the blame again, or act like everything is fine. But do not back down. Over time, they will start to fear you. They'll realize you won't let them get away with anything anymore. By holding them accountable, you gain respect, and they will start to fear the consequences of their behavior. You've shifted the power dynamic. Now, you're in control. The eighth pillar is to see the narcissist as a child. On the surface, they may appear to be a full-grown adult, but emotionally, they are stuck in a childlike state. Their emotional growth was arrested at some point, and they are trapped in the mindset of a hurt, repressed child. This lack of emotional maturity makes them highly volatile, manipulative, and reactive, constantly seeking attention and control through childish tactics. When you begin to see the narcissist for what they really are, a grown adult with the emotional maturity of a child, you will feel a sense of relief. You no longer need to take their provocations and outbursts seriously. You gain the ability to control the situation because you now understand that their emotional manipulation is nothing more than a temper tantrum in the body of an adult. The narcissist will try to manipulate you, evoke sympathy, and pull at your emotions, just like a child would. But unlike a child who acts out of instinct, the narcissist's goal is to control and harm. By viewing them as a child, you are able to stay emotionally detached, no longer reacting to their emotional bait. This will terrify them because, in your eyes, they are not the powerful adult they try to portray. You've seen through their mask. The ninth pillar is about controlling the conversation. Narcissists are expert manipulators, and one of their go-to tactics is changing the subject whenever they are faced with uncomfortable truths. Have you ever tried to confront them about something, only to watch them suddenly shift gears, bringing up a new topic or deflecting the conversation entirely? It's one of their most common tricks. But here's the key: do not let them. When they attempt to sidetrack you, bring them back to the original topic. Keep the conversation focused on the issue at hand, especially when it involves their mistakes or failures. You need to expose their lies and hold them accountable. Narcissists hate being confronted directly. They will do anything to avoid facing the truth, much like a child trying to avoid a punishment. But this time, don't let them off the hook. Stay firm, stay calm, and don't allow them to manipulate the situation. By refusing to let them change the subject, you're showing them that you are no longer their easy target. You've taken control of the narrative. And this will terrify them, because now they can't escape the confrontation. They must face their actions. Now we've reached the 10th and most powerful pillar, the secret weapon that few people ever think of when it comes to defeating the narcissist: procrastination. Yes, this might seem like an unusual strategy, but trust me, it's one of the most terrifying tools you can use against a narcissist. You see, narcissists are highly impatient, They demand immediate responses, quick results, and instant gratification. They believe they are the center of your world and that their needs should always come first. The moment you give them delayed responses, procrastinate, or tell them, "I'll get back to you later," they start to lose control. This small act of putting them off is like taking the rug of importance out from under their feet. When you start making them wait for answers, they are no longer the priority in your life. You're no longer scrambling to fulfill their every request. And that is the most terrifying thing you can do to a narcissist. Show them that they are no longer your top priority. This simple shift in your behavior sends a powerful message. You have become independent, and they no longer have the same power over you. Watch as the narcissist begins to panic, as they realize they can't control you like they once did. They will try to provoke, demand, or guilt trip you into compliance, but stay strong. Don't let them manipulate you back into their control. When you use procrastination, you are essentially flipping the power dynamic. You're not at their mercy anymore. They are at yours. This subtle change will make the narcissist fear you, because they know you've just taken away their grip on your life. My friend, I know that scaring a narcissist isn't an easy task, but if you stick to your decision and commit to this plan with determination, you can absolutely make them fear you. Follow these 10 pillars to the letter, and the narcissist will realize that they no longer have control over you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and share it with others who might benefit from it. Help spread the word and empower those dealing with narcissists. Before I go, I've got one final question for you. Are you ready to make the malignant narcissist fear you? I want to hear your answer below in the comments. Let me know with a simple yes. We'll meet again in the next video. As always, remember to be happy and take control of your life.